Sensitivity is intelligence. With grace and skill, you have abundance. Welcome to the Psychic Hour. Host Kelly Brickel is a psychic medium healer, numerologist, and teacher. Her passions are learning about the soul and energy. Whether it's through spirit, emotion, or vibrational numbers, there's always a pathway of information waiting to help. Now, here is your host of the Psychic Hour, Kelly Brickel.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Psychic Hour on WLTK-DB. I'm Kelly Brickel, and this is the show where we talk about all things psychic. We do mediumship too as well. They go hand in hand. Healing, yes, numerology too. But now we have a new show for that, the Numerology Hour, that just debuted today. That was a lot of fun. And so as we continue to go forward, this show is going to be, yes, more psychic geared in that fashion. And it's all about having fun. It really is. Hello, Lee. Leah. Words and names. But it's great to see you. Happy afternoon. And we always start with the topic of the day. Hello, Malik. We always talk about kind of a vibration or a feeling or something within life that helps stimulate why it's so important to take the time to think on things when we're developing our life. Take the time to kind of consider things from a different angle, because sometimes, does it seem too much to ruminate? Does it? At certain times in our life, absolutely, we should be action orientated. We should be, allowing ourselves to be, allowing ourselves to not overthink. And other times we do really need to have a moment to consider and to slow down. And the theme of the day is kind of the word time for me and what came out of it. And time, I do think it is a very, you could argue, human concept, because you could say time is an illusion, and I think part of it kind of with how we know it is, but there is a certain flow of things and things seem to go a certain way. And the best way to talk about that sometimes is time. And I don't think that you can rush it because there's a flow of it on its own. We are co-creating our time. We are co-creating our reality. So we put things out there, and if they're real, they come to us. If we are true enough and we are congruent enough with the things that we long for and desire or focus on, those things come in time, or those things happen immediately. And it's funny because it's all on time, right? Our lessons, our tribulations, the good, the bad, the ugly, it's all on time. And it's really a mirror of our energy, a manifestation of our energy, what really fits. So it's all about the space time, you could say, right? Because we're talking about how the space of our lives transcends into periods where we are able to self-actualize. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Jessie Cat. Hey, it's great to see you. And I do think that it's a principle that I come to a lot, and maybe it's something that you've observed in your own life too, but there are things that do feel immediate, but I never really try to rush. But that's my energy. There's a lot of people where they have to grab things. They have to be on the fly, and that's how they actualize. We're all so different with what our needs are. But I know that I'm more the type of person, I do change it up, don't get me wrong. I'm not just one way, but I'm the type of person that sits back and looks at things. I sit back and I go, okay, time will tell. Time will tell. The energy will tell. Okay. And even when I'm forward, my energy will tell me what's happening when I push my energy forward. Do I immediately feel nervous? Do I immediately feel happy? Do I immediately feel like this is the right fit? Or do I immediately go, I rushed this a little bit, or gosh, this is going slow. It needs to be up an octave. right? So you're all going to have certain degrees and sensations of how things work for you and in what way it works for you. But with really important things that doesn't just involve myself, that can't possibly just involve me self actualizing the situation to occur, I'm a big believer of time will tell because there are more things going on than just us. Another person's energy has to orient. A situation that involves multiple people has to have the proper calibration. And all of that stuff could have happened before you even entered the room, which really shows you're really on time because it's the orchestration of the universe. It's the divine timing now. But we come to a lot of places in our life where we feel like divine timing isn't exactly in sync, not because of anyone's fault. It's just we are still acclimating to be on time. We are still learning how to be in a certain flow in certain categories. When we're on fire, we have great confidence and great experiences. We really pull things to us because our energy is so ready to go. Right. And when we're in that state of flow, that's when sometimes we do have divine timing, but it's so much more than just our talents, our skills, and our comfortability. It's much more. And so allow time, allow space, allow presence, allow other people to speak to you and then the way that they show up with their energy, their comfortability, where they feel like things are orientated for their own self, right? Don't push, don't rush. You'll know if you need to go. You will know if you need to seal the deal. You will know if you need to act. That will inspire you to rather than force or worry you to. Okay. Hello to everybody coming on in. Hello, Ariel. Hello. We're going to be doing readings in just a little bit. So we're just talking. If you have any questions about kind of your own musings, where you are within your psychic mediumship or healing journey, you can pop down your questions. I always love for this reading show to be about let's talk about energy, let's talk about our experiences, let's talk and open up the atmosphere before we talk to the divine and have the conversation of what comes forward from the energies and read them. That's my favorite way to do it. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Michael. Hi. And so we have various seasons within our life. We have various spectrums of energy that help us navigate these timelines. Sometimes we don't even know what we want. Sometimes we don't even know what's happening to us. We go, what next? I have no idea what to do. And so life gives us different modes, just like the seasons. Okay, you're going to go through a desert period in your life. You're going to go through a period where you're quiet, or you're going to go through a period where you just feel like you need to socialize. You're going to go through the uncertainty. You're going to really feel like you found your passion. You need the full spectrum to kind of understand what's going on because we can't know it all. We can't know it all. We can't possibly. That's why life has to be so multifaceted. And sometimes when you're not surprised by life, it shows you that you have a certain mastery sometimes. Other times you've just handled that energy before and you go, this one didn't rock me. I feel consistent here. But the varieties and the tides changing, the planets changing, the calendar changing, it lets us know about how we're feeling with our own timing if we're not locked in. Sometimes we are just on the path. There's certain things within your life where you had a wonderful relationship and you're just like, this person, I don't got to overthink this person. You have a job that just feels right. Okay, I'm locked in. Even if there's ups and downs, I know where I'm at. Family member, this person is my blood. No matter how crazy they are, I'm there for them. But with the things that we don't know, we need the tests and trials to bring out, yeah, about that. How did that make me feel? Where did that take me? What does that mean to me? And everything comes as it does. And when we become conscious about what we really want or conscious about our findings, then we can start to really show up. And really, I have enthusiasm when I say this. There could have been eh, everything's on time. I really believe that. But you could have had a longing in your soul for 20 years to, I don't know, be a carpenter or a mechanic. You love working on things. And you realize that was sitting within you since you were a child. Well, as a child, you could have played around with that if you wanted, but as an adult, you go, no, I really know this is important to me now. And I needed maybe other things to shape how that important was to me. I needed other things to show me how everything clicks into place. Well, the divine timing is whenever you wanted to enact your passion or your skill or something that's truly in your heart, it was always sitting there for you. But you had these stirrings rise to your conscious self and activate that divine timing. And so I really really believe in that, like with psychic readings, okay? So we talk about past, present and future a lot within psychic readings. There are certain fixed points, or there's these certain points that are just innate within us, and we can activate those at any time. And those things are so strong that free will still exists, but they're so strong that you have to come to terms with it. You will come to a head with that energy, whether you go, yes, still I don't know about this, but you know that it's like banging at your door. You know, you have opportunities, or you just find yourself always coming back to it, but you go, yeah, still not yet. Or you go, whoa, I should do this. So a psychic or medium on a spiritual level, they'll always be aware that you have something very, very strongly connected to one of these moments or realizations or skills that are a part of your soul. So it's a great reminder. But yeah, free will trumps it all, and free will does really direct our timing. It does. When it comes to other people though, there are more divine timing points because we can't fully control what happens with another person, but it all comes down to how we choose. I really do believe. Don asks, do you ever hear being given a choice to leave this planet? Oh, without like passing, but through meditation. Oh, well, I mean, that's a choice. Everything's a choice, Dawn. Everything's a choice. Some people like meditate and they leave their bodies, right? And there's a whole concept. It's not talked about as much. It had like kind of a surgence for a little bit, at various times in the past. But what is that term? Oh my gosh, I almost can't think of a term, but it's the term where, why can't I think about it? It's so funny. It's like I'm drawing a blank. I'm just gonna describe it and it's gonna come to me. But it's a term where someone like leaves their body and then someone else, another soul comes in instead. Okay. And it's a term where you have somebody saying, I don't want to do this anymore. And they don't like expire their body, but their soul leaves and goes on and does something else. It does happen with astral projection. So you have a tether to your body when you astral project. So like when you sleep or you meditate, like you're tied back to your body. But there's a concept where you can like leave your body and just leave it to expire and not come back if you astral project enough. I don't know. I don't know how that works exactly because we're all tethered. I don't know how our free will would tether that or how the directive of our energy would tether that. But oh yeah, I'm remembering the term. It's called walk-ins. Oh, Kevin just did it at the same time I did. Kevin, you helped stimulate that. Thank you. Okay. Like literally as I say, I look down and it's there. Okay, it's a walk-in. Thank you. And there's some people that have experienced walk-ins or believe that this is something that happens. I don't know. I believe like there's all possibilities. So I'm a firm believer this is possible, but I just don't know because I haven't had it happened. I've had people talk to me about walk-ins and they say, I believe, I experienced a walk-in because they've run into people after a certain amount of time and they're like, oh, I knew this person. Then I met them again one day and they were completely different and they didn't have much recollection or emotional tie to things I was saying or memories from the past. That must have been a walk-in. Possibly, I don't know. Hello, Julie. Um, and it's when you leave your body, again, you're not expiring your body. Your soul is going, I want to go somewhere else. I want to go to a different planet. I want to go to the other side. And you're saying, there's a free body. I'm not coming back. And then another spirit will come in and just be like, okay, you're not using this. I'll live. I'll live. There's like this theory that if you meditate and astral project, sometimes if you don't come back into your body could just like, it would just like register as not having a pulse. And if you're not putting your energy into your body, it's just a vessel and then it will just expire, right? Right. So that's where it kind of comes from. And there's controversy over walk-ins, like how do walk-ins come in and things like that. And can kind of get a little scary for people, I think, with astral projection sometimes. But I really do think free will and choice trumps everything. And for occurrences that could happen, if there is a walk-in, then it's a new soul overlay on the body. It's a new energy connecting with the body. Okay, so the aura is going to be different, of course, because the soul is different. It's just the same vessel, different body. Oh my God, forgive me, same vessel, different spirit. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, sorry, I got a little tongue twisted on myself. So you're going to have a completely different personality, completely different body language, completely different way that the person walks, right? Articulates, gestates, different contexts of memory, all that jazz that I highlighted prior, but they're going to look exactly the same and they're going to have still recollection of things that have happened in that body, like the cellular memory of things that have happened in that body. So, yes. I'm reading. So someone says, I experienced that and the experience as so profound that it changed me internally. Okay. Yeah, someone's talking about, well, I believe that we can go to the other side and access further information on our higher selves in past lifetimes. So I believe that the spirit can go wherever. And so the spirit can access parts of ourselves that we did not even priorly know about. And so we can come back from, our travels and we can actually still be the same soul. It's all of a sudden things are activated differently. So we feel entirely different. So it's kind of like a different concept on the walk in. And again, I don't know your experience. So you could feel like a completely 100% different person where it's just like, yeah, just completely different soul experience. But I do believe that, we can access parts of ourselves and just be changed within that moment. I'm snapping a lot today. I hope the snap comes up on the microphone. All right. Um, and it's really everyone's spiritual journey with how things mean to you and what it bring out in you, what revelations hit home for you. Okay. Leah says, we're going to go into readings in just a couple minutes, everybody. Lee says, hindsight really helps me understand why I went through that storm and helps me trust when I'm going through something else that there's a reason. Yeah. There's saying I like a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and we have certain lessons or around certain people for a reason, season, and lifetime. And sometimes that reason just wakes us up. The season lets us know that we have to go through the energy to understand it. It's not a quick lesson. It's a college course, and a lifetime is, look, you have come here to become this. You have come here to master this. You can't separate yourself completely from this because this is a part of what you chose to come here as. And you get into those lifetime lessons because of things like your life path number or your sun sign or other very influential placements within your energy. And that's if you believe in additional things. But there's just certain experiences that will follow you throughout your entire life. Okay. Jessica, I heard the body lives to heal. So the walk ins help out till the body is ready to come back. I think that's how it goes. Oh, well, there's different ways. There's different ways. I mean, it's just I don't want to change anyone's perspective because I believe everyone's, you know, processing what a walk-in is differently. But you could be present in your body and you could be doing trance healing or you could be doing mediumship where spirit is overlaying with your energy and they're going to heal you. You step back a little bit and they heal you, but you're still connected to your body. You're still tethered to your body. The walk in is when that tether goes, yep, not connected to my body anymore. I'm floating off somewhere else. You can have my body. That's when the walk in comes in. But at any time, the presence of another energy can uplift ours. Like we enter a higher vibrational room or house or building or atmosphere, it will change our energy. And our former equilibrium goes, oh, I I can be this now, and it lets it be. During healings, um, at any time, a loved one or a guide or an angel can come in, and we again step back, and they fill our energy with a different stream, and they even us out, but we don't leave. So it's a very interesting topic to talk about. It really is, and I just want to expect respect everyone's experience. Um, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Talking about it. Talk about the ultimate Airbnb. That's so funny. Well, um, we really do have a sacred contract with our bodies. It is a physical vessel. We're on a physical plane. So most people don't check out of their physical bodies um, and not come back. Most people don't. It's a very sacred contract to come here and to be in our body because we have chosen this type of body. I believe that. A lot of spiritual people believe that. They feel like, okay, these are the circumstances. I agree to that. These are the circumstances. I want it. I'm not going to remember always wanting things that are so hard. Why would I feel always that I've chosen things that are so agonizing when things are so sorrowful? You will have experiences with why would I ever choose this? This is horrible. And it would make one feel otherwise. But I do really believe that the way that we walk, we get to choose the way that we walk it, but things are very much pre-approved by your soul. Okay. Um I have experienced a walk-in with my great grandfather. He was in his body for 4 years. It's real. Yeah, I mean, so I honor because there's some experiences where things are just so intensely like this is what's going on. This is not the same person. This is a very unique experience. I totally believe that there are points where you could really go, that's you could define that as a walk-in. It's very fascinating. Okay. All right, let's go into readings, everybody. Let's go into readings. Pop down your numbers. You can ask a question. We're gonna pull some cards. It's whatever just the feeling is when I read your question, or you let me know you want a reading. So you have to say I want a reading, and then it's general if you don't put anything after that. And those are kind of the ways that we choose. So pop down everything and away we will go. I'll drink some water. That's how I start. Okay. We'll do Julie and Madge, and I think there was a couple up top that I'll have to see. Um, Julie and Madge. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do Julie first. Taking down your numbers. Julie, you're an attitude 9, a personal day 2, and you are a life path 8. Let me double check that. Yep. And you are in a cycle of 7. Okay. So Julie, being in a cycle of 7, this is a year that is a little bit more different paced than the rest. It forces you to evaluate yourself with what is really meaningful within your life. And what happens is life makes sure that you have enough time to slow down and answer those questions or experience those thoughts. So plans do break. You will find yourself sometimes even being less motivated to do things. You'd prefer alone time instead. Life will make sure that you feel like, I'm getting overwhelmed going outside. I better go within. Okay. And so the 7 is all about reevaluating your priorities. Sometimes it could be, different career change, it could be a relationship change. It's not a time to act unless you're ready. It's a time to consider. It's a time to go, what do I want instead? And this is going to take a moment. This is for me to really understand where I am at this time. And so we talked about not rushing things. Well, in a cycle of 7, you don't have to rush things. Okay. It's about getting reacquainted with yourself. A lot of people become more spiritual during this time because they know they have to go deeper. So they take more spiritual classes or they read more self help or spiritual books. Sometimes you will go away on vacation, but it won't be a busy vacation. It will be a quiet vacation where you can just gather your bearings. So, it's important time to allow yourself to have more quiet time and understand kind of what you find that you're running from or what you find you're distracting yourself from and surrender and listen. Okay. You're an attitude 9, Julie. And so when someone's an attitude 9, they grow up quickly from a young age. Okay. From a young age, they operate with the soul. They see people not with how they look, they see people with how they feel. And it's not at face value. They just kind of know things. Okay. And they pick up things quickly. It's like a natural survivor's mentality. Okay. But the thing is, always learn about boundaries because you have just a soul that goes, well, why wouldn't I do that? Right. So a 9 is very giving. A 9 will give a shirt off their back if they feel like it's the right thing to do for them. Okay. If the situation was like, well, that makes sense, you'll do it. And so it's just a matter of having the right boundaries where even if it feels right, maybe do it a different way, or even if it feels right, maybe the person is a no, even though the action is a yes. Sometimes the people are no's, even though the action is the right thing to do. Sometimes, no matter what you do for a person, they still will disrespect. Sometimes, no matter what you do for a person, they're still not going to get it. And you have to position yourself where you are protecting yourself because then you can give back even harder. Then you can love even stronger. And then you can be even brighter and do all the things that you feel is right by you. Okay. So it's increasing your strength. Julie says, explains why I've been enjoying my time by myself. Yes, you will love that time by yourself because it is giving you something that your soul is longing for and it is fulfilling your needs. So I would not be too apt on busyness and loud places and having to cram everything in. Make this a more leisure year and make sure if you're around people and environments, they are in a place of wonderment of why. They are opening your soul in discussions. They are traversing what it means to be alive themselves. They are looking into ethics, morality. They're looking into what is the next step and in a way that honors them in their soul. Okay. So those are the themes right now, Julie. So it's a very progressive time for your spirituality and joy. Um, and you can have some really nice meditation experiences too, if that's something you want to do. All right. So Malik. Malik or Malik? Right. 526, 71. Attitude. Absolutely, Julie. Attitude 4 for Malik. Personal day 8. Life path. Life path 8 as well. I'll double check that. And cycle 2. Let me just double check. Personal day 8. Right. Okay. Yep. That's right. All right. So you have a life path 8. And so when someone has a life path 8, this is a vibration 8 that causes you to walk with a lot of purpose and a lot of consideration. Okay. So there has to be meaning within our life when we walk with an 8. And sometimes we can't actualize that meaning just yet, but we have to hold strong and stick with it in our heart. Or other times we are able to actually lead that energy and help lead others to become more like an ideal. Okay. So 8 is very much the truth of things with how they manifest and how, let's say, a high functioning form of something could be. It's like an ideal, it's sometimes perfectionism, right? So I'm just aware that you try to go above and beyond. And that's very much the path of what the 8 wants to be. And 8 wants the accolades. The 8 wants, to know that they put in the hard effort and work and they are reaping the benefits. The 8, though, does have to be patient within themselves because Rome was not built in a day. And since the 8 wants to do it the best and better, what happens is life goes, okay, we're going to show you how to do it the best and better because that's what you asked for. And we're going to show you what it means not to be and be. We're going to show you both sides so you can have mastery. So we're going to make you stumble, but it's going to teach you how to be even better. We're going to make you frustrated on this journey because it's going to make you even stronger. Okay. So it builds tenacity, but since it does require a thick skin, having a life path 8, it can sometimes pull people down. So they have to be very resilient. It can make people go, I've put in so much effort, way more effort than the other person, and this is what I have. And it's just like the divine timing of, look, there's a couple more lessons that need to be integrated. And as long as those are being activated, those lessons, and you're not shying away from the difficulties of how you are seeking and applying your purpose, actually things go very well for you. So as long as you lean into the difficulty, you can and fix it. Not a quick fix, but a true fix with proper foundation and proper acknowledgement of where you went wrong and where you need to go right. As long as you do that, money can come easy to you. As long as you do that, opportunities can come easy to you. But you have to look a long, hard look at yourself in the mirror and go, I am ready to face the darkness. I am ready to face where I went wrong because 8 energy has to lead it. They want to be in leadership positions. Okay. And so you have to know where you went wrong so you can truly know where other people go wrong so you can fix and heal and serve. Ultimately, I always tell people with a life path 8, if you are not in a leadership role, if you don't own your own business, if you're not in an area within your life where you have a lot of freedom with calling the shots in your job role, you will become resentful. You will become frustrated. 8 has anti-authority energy. They have to have freedom to make the rules and decisions to better help people around them. They can't be restricted because they are above average in what they can account for and how they can help. And they need that freedom in order to be that way. But they have to step up and rise to the occasion and not get bogged down when they receive otherwise at first to keep that tenacity. Okay. I would love to be self employed. You can create that. You can create, if that's something that you truly want. So sometimes things sound nice and sometimes we truly want that. So if you truly want that, you can create that and life is going to show you all the ways of what it's going to take to get that, but you can get that. And actually, when someone has a life path 8, that's the entrepreneurial number. So they're made to be the boss or they're made to have their own business. When someone has a lot of 8s on their chart or life path 8, it's just the way it kind of should go. So get on that stream and start putting in the hard work for it and you will be rewarded, and always be grateful for the tests. Always be grateful for the knowledge and say, thank you, universe, for making this hard for me. I know what I have to do now. Thank you, universe, for this setback. You told me exactly what I need to have my success. As long as the 8 employs that, oof, watch out. That's power in motion. A lot of 8s sometimes get their setbacks because they're aware of other people don't have to try as hard, and they get where they're going. Other people get the accolades. Other people get the recognition, and they're nowhere near as qualified. And they're just like, life's a joke. Life's a joke. Life's a game. And I give up, or I don't want to play anymore. Okay. So if you ever find yourself in that vibration, I'm telling you, get your fire back, get your tenacity, and just thank the universe for saying, look, I'm tested harder because I'm supposed to go farther. Okay. I'm supposed to rise other people to the standard. I can take everybody farther if I stay on my journey. And there you go. You're an attitude 4, so you're very deliberate. You're very consistent. As long as you are healthy within your life, you will be an organized person and you will keep showing up and pushing the ball forward. You are in a cycle of 2. You have a lot of earth numbers right now. So it's really important at this time to take care of your body, to reevaluate health, nutrition, and sleep, and to really honor your emotions and to understand what your needs are. As long as you're doing that and you're being very present in your body and emotions, again, you will continue to have more ease than not. You are a very sensitive person to others, and you're a very sensitive person to environments. You're also a very visual person, if you can understand that too. So you are very, very physical with how things feel within your body. So you gauge others in the room well, and that furthers your talents in order to lead and help and make very wise decisions for the overall group and what is overall for a situation. So you have a very natural calibrator and equilibrium. Okay. So know that and keep using that to ascend and make great decisions. Yeah, it would make sense why you're so clairsentient. 8s. So you have a 4. Your 8s enhance your 4 in this placement and vice versa. And when someone has 2s and 4s and 8s going on and you have a lot going on this year, it just makes them even more rock steady within their, I feel that this is right. I feel that this is wrong. And the only way that you can continue to strengthen that is to really take good care of your physical health, because your body is your vessel where you go, this is the right decision. I feel it in my bones. This is the right decision. I feel it in my gut. So take care of your physical body, up the quality of your food, up the quality of your supplements, up your water intake. whatever your body needs more of to be more steady, consistent, and strong, I'm telling you, if you give that to yourself, you're on the next level. Okay. You have a lot of earth energy. Okay. You're very creative though. All right. So let's see here. Someone asked, hey there, may I ask if nil and SD will last? I'm trying to get closure from this experience. I don't know what those acronyms are. Oh, I think you're giving me the person's name in your name. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Princess, we have to be in our own energy to actualize, because if we're not, then we're at just the mercy of what happens to us, and then we're not choosing. So if we want something and we're just like, will someone please choose me? Will someone please choose me? Then you're basically saying, I don't care if it's in their best interest or my best interest. I just want it. And since I want it, when they find that they want it too, I don't care what happens. I just want to get it. Okay. So it's just like we have to stay in our free will. We have to stay in our power, because our power lets us know how good that is for us. Our power knows what is supposed to last for us and how it's supposed to last for us. Not just, I need this and the other person needs to need this too. And if you want that person so bad to need it too, again, then that means however they treat you, as long as it lasts, you might be okay with, because you want it to last. And we love the strongest and the most eternal when we have the power within ourselves to understand what our needs are and what's really, truly good for us, not just what we long for. So, just giving that to you, Princess. Onessa, I'm going to pull a card for you. Cool. Malik, continue to do more things to strengthen your physical body. A lot of people, when they're eights, they will do things to master their physical body, whether martial arts, whether, dancing, whether exercising, biking, whatever. They when they really have balance in their body, you will actually see an eight walk in, and you have a personal day eight as well. And they have this physical grounding and presence very naturally. And when they're on the healthier side of their numbers, they're usually in better physical shape than your average person, or there is just much more balance in the body where they're aware of that and they pay attention to that. Also, when people are personal day eights like yourself, they'll dress with a little bit more flair, a little bit more pizzazz. They care about how they come across. They have a particular way that they like things. Okay. Absolutely, Princess. And then Onessa, for you as well now. Okay. A love card reading, please. Okay. So what I'm getting, Onessa, and if this makes sense, is I pulled the Into the Unknown card. And right now it's the details card. And then we're going into the movement card. Okay. So the first one is, here's the Into the Unknown card. There's a situation with the person that you are asking about where it thrusted you into a state where you're like, wow, I haven't experienced this quite before. So the situation of how you become attracted to this person is a little bit more unique. You're like, this is I'm interested because this is this is not the typical. So it holds my interests, or it's not the typical in a way where it makes me feel like there's something faded within it. Okay. That's why it has your attention a little bit more, despite things not being very flowing beyond a certain point. So I'm aware that something caught your attention, got you off kilter, and you're like, I'm still interested because, okay, so that's the energy, right? But something happened where It's like, I just feel like there's a lack of respect going your way. There's a lack of time and attention going your way. Okay. And so you're thinking this, what takes us to the details, details, details card. Okay. And I'll show you what that is. That's this, right? This card lets me know that you're in a state of overthinking and going, okay, well, what did this mean? And what did that mean? And could it be this? And maybe if I think about that, I can understand this better, right? So it's making you just try to figure things out because you are invested now. From what happened prior, you're invested, you're truly interested. But that lack of rapport that is very present right now, it is showcasing to me that things are going to move forward, and it kind of was a moment to kind of reinvigorate you with what is possible in life. And it's a moment to let you know that there's stuff out there, but it's letting me know that the timing is really off because you're in, but the other person is doesn't aware what this is. The other person doesn't aware how special this is. The other person has mentioned it, but they don't really, they're not mature enough to understand really to look into it properly, okay? And to handle it properly, the miscommunication properly. So I'm aware that this person's a little bit more scattered than I'd like them to be, okay? But you are showing up because you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to be like, okay, what's going on here? So the movement card I got after this, and that's where things are going. And so it's letting me know that things don't continue to move with ease. Okay. So again, it could be a timing thing. So just I would ease up off the gas. I would give it space. I would let this person kind of show their true colors, and I would not let the synergy of the attraction influence what this actual person would do if you didn't influence, if you didn't give time and attention. Sometimes when we give people time and attention, we influence them because you're like, well, I mean, I'm not sure about it, but I really like your energy because you feel really good. So it keeps them there longer because they're a little bit confused now. Okay. So I would give it space, and that space is going to let you know if things are going to move in a way where it highlights it's not the right timing, or it moves in a way where the person can figure what they need to figure out. And then you have a new energy present again. Because right now, what happened and what's going on right now, it's different. And I don't see it coming back unless that person has some type of space to figure stuff out. And again, that space to figure things out might not include you in the way that you expect it to. Okay. So understand that there are other people out there that are going to remind you of what it means to feel alive, and that anytime you are overthinking things to this extent, it lets you know that that person's not doing the same work that you are, because you should be talking about it and moving forward rather than you solely trying to figure it out. So I'm giving you love. I'm giving you light, Onessa. Hang in there. I feel like good things are coming for you, Onessa, in the love department. It's just don't get distracted by people who can't meet you where you are. Hold the standard. It was like what I was telling Malik before with but it's a different inspiration of why I was telling him that. But I was telling him to hold his standard, do what he needs in order within his life to show up so he can hold the standard and better people around him. And honestly, you have a very pure heart, and you've been in a lot of situations in your life where people don't match that. And people sometimes don't care to match it. They just kind of live how they want to live, and they don't really think about anything else. And you actually think things through, and you think things through sometimes less because you've been influenced by other people saying you don't need to think that hard. Like you're too sensitive. But that's who you are, and you can actually have more meaningful experiences in life because you're that way. You can actually put yourself in situations that other people only ever dreamed of because you are able to actually feel what's real. And if someone is not meeting you with what's real, you got to go. And you have to hold that place and that standard, and you will be less and less disappointed, and you will attract way better quality people the more you hold that for yourself. That's non-negotiable. I'm telling you. Okay? So this is just a recognition of what you will not allow. Okay? You're going to get better things. It feels good. Okay? Trust yourself. Trust yourself. I think you're great. I think you're great, and I think you're a source of light for a lot of people, Onessa, and a lot of people celebrate you, but a lot of people don't understand you. They only celebrate you when a unique occurrence makes sense to them, right? So there's a lot of misunderstanding, but there's a lot of love and appreciation for you because sometimes when you get it right for people, they go, oh, how'd you know that? Right? Exactly. Exactly. So again, make it non negotiable. You know the power of your spirit, your queen. It's non negotiable. Okay. So, all right. Princess, I'm going to pull a card for you because you did ask about love. And I told you something I was feeling, but I'm going to pull a card for you. And then Jessica, you too. Okay. I got the mountain for you, Princess. So the mountain signifies climbing, the mountain signifies growing, and the mountain signifies daring to go a route that you have not traveled before, but the route is pure ascension. Okay. And so it's kind of like it's a time in your life to kind of say to yourself, what am I willing to do differently? I'm really scared. I don't know how to do it, but I feel like if I walk forward, something new is going to happen. And it's letting me know that if you do things that are scary for yourself, but you feel like it's the right thing to do, you're going to change and be validated, and things are going to open up in ways you didn't expect. It's like it's time to do something new. It's time to do something different. And there's just so much light casting down, like, that for me it's like it's spirit showing the way. It's also it represents the moon for me when I see this. Even though it looks like the sun, for me it feels like the moon for you. So it's like shining light on your emotions, shining light on how to feel, shining light on how to be. But all you have to do is to do something that scares you that you know is good for your soul. I just feel like it's like I don't know if you're not working right now or you want to change up work, but it's just like the work that you have right now, there's something consistent about. I don't know which one it is, but it's just like you need to go out there and you need to change up your job. You need to go out there and change up your daily routine. It's like it's not like what do I want? Like let me have something better for myself. It's just like no, you need to change up. You need to change up just everything. Like your way of life. It doesn't make you happy. It doesn't make you happy. So I want you to choose a lot of different new things and have a lot of different new experiences. And this is going from A to Z within your life. Like the old way does not serve you. And it's letting me know of easy and quick ascension for actually getting a lot more happiness in your life. Just change things up. Okay. So that's what I get for you, Princess. And then I'm pulling for Jessie Cat. Let me get one more. Okay. Okay. So, okay, just a cat. I feel like you have excitement with what you're working on, but you feel like the energy is not meeting you with that excitement. How can I put it? Like, we feel like, oh, I know what I want to do, or I have a great new idea, or like, it's just there's something that's an aha moment within you that has clicked recently. that has really pulled your attention and brought back some of your fire. I hope that makes sense for you. But it's like, and it's acknowledgement to something you've already known in the past. So it's a re-acknowledgement, right? And, but it's like, okay, I know it, but how? Okay. And so for instance, I'll show you. You got the encouragement card and you got the Peaks of Joy card. And it's letting me know that you're kind of like wrestling with this right now. And it's taking you to the Follow the Leader card. Okay. So that lets me know that you know where you want to go. It's just kind of a confusing time. And it all leads to the future of Follow the Leader. And that means that you got to find somebody around you that you consider a leader, like a teacher or like a friend that's just rocking their life, a mentor, somebody that has figured it out, whether exactly what you want to do. So like, you really pay for a mentor or a teacher in a certain category, or someone that exuberates energy where it's like, okay, like they're in the catering business. I don't want to cater. I don't want to cook, but they launched their business. And what did it take for them to get there? Who did they have to come to be within themselves? What mentality? What did they have to say no to? Right? How did they live their life? And so it's like, that's what we need to get to the next phase. Put yourself around people who have figured it out, and you're going to have to invest time, energy, and possibly money to do that, because sometimes we know exactly what we want. It's just we don't have the tools to make it happen easily. Not that we don't have the tools to make it happen. It's just like eliminate the stress, eliminate the obstacle. Like, it's worth time and money. It's worth the consideration. It's worth it. If you're going to get what you want, you're worth it. So I feel really excited, but I feel like I'm all mixed up because I don't know how I'm going to get it done. Okay. And when I do, I'm left with like, well, that kind of worked, or okay, but I really want it. Right. So we need to stop tumbling and turning, and you need to find a teacher, a leader, a mentor, someone to guide you. This is pretty prominent. So figure out when and where, and when is the big question, the when of sealing the deal with bringing that into your life. And okay, so you are good. And so with Follow the Leader, good. I'm glad that that's what you're doing right now. With Follow the Leader, just make sure that they are truly a leader to you. Just because they look like a leader, are they really leading your energy in the right direction? It seems like you're on the right track, though. It seems like you're on the right track. You might change leaders, just heads up. But I like the energy, and I like how it's opening up. So if something's not working, if you're not finding what you need, don't think like, maybe I missed something. Just change leaders, okay? I'm going to give you love and light. And everybody, thank you so much for being here today with the Psychic Hour. We will be back next week with the Psychic Hour reading show and interview show. We have this week for the interview, we have Thea Strom on. And so she is a psychic medium and animal communicator, and we'll be talking about her book, Animal Communication. So she'll be live with us on Friday, the 18th at 1 p.m. So until then, I will see you on the Psychic Hour on Friday. Love, light, luck, laughter. Don't forget to live, everybody. Take care.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.